Right, guys, so sun's out. We've got boats, we've got cars, we've also got bikes. So we've got more bikes, I think, than ever this year.
We seem to have a lot of bikes.
We've got a lot of bikes.
Summer into June, though.
Yeah, there's the odd one.
June,
Don't get too excited if you think that one might not be in this sale, it might be in next sale. So there's the odd one dotted about that are for June. But we have we got a bike for you? We've got a bike for everybody in here at the moment.
We have.
My favourite, the step-throughs, it should be law. We should all be riding around on them like Vietnam. Yeah, that should be compulsory. And then if you're any good on one of them, you can move up to a Super Slug, the old Honda 250, before you start getting anything any quicker. So a bit of all sorts.
You can pedal yourself.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Loads of little lightweights, loads of trial bikes, loads of everything. Just you name it. Nice that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bonny little bike. Loads of everything. Yep.
Project.
If you're looking for a project, yeah, we haven't been doing so many projects just lately. The project thing is a little bit tricky. It's more winter, really. So I've said no to quite a few projects over the last month or two. Because of that, they are traditionally purchased by guys to keep them semi-sane over winter. So they go in the garage or they go in the shed and they potter about all in there and they keep themselves off the streets and out of trouble. So I haven't done so many bikes. The idea is to get your project done and then you're ready for the summer. But then what traditionally happens is they don't get the project done because they haven't had enough time or whatever it might be, or it's been too cold in the shed. So then they come down and they treat themselves to one that's already done. So that's the idea. And then we have got that bike for you. The British bike market is still challenging, shall we say. But on the flip side to that, they are extremely good value for money now. They really are. And we're bringing them in at dead sensible money. We're not trying to break eggs with sticks. We're bringing bikes to you, to the market, at the right money, the right guides. So there's no excuse really why you can't get yourself one because they are all dead sensible on the money. Yeah.
They are, you're right. Yeah.
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 And look at that.
Take the missus out with that one, Dave.
Yeah. I want to like them. Not necessarily scooters, not necessarily sidecars, but Lambrettas and
they're brilliant, aren't they?
Vespers.
They're great.
I want to like them. It's
But
like I want to like Porsche, but I just can't bring myself to be the owner of one. And I want to like Lambrettas and Vespers. I could see myself on a modern one, like a period-looking modern one that doesn't break down. But no, she's 1980. Hang on, 1960.
That is modern to a lot of people.
Well, I suppose so, yeah. But no, I was thinking more like 2013. I was thinking, as opposed to 1950. Yeah. So yes, they are lovely. I mean, I love to see them. I'll tell you what was nice.
Absolutely brilliant.
We went up to Tynemouth. If none of you guys watching have been up to Tynemouth yet, get yourself up to Tynemouth. We went up to Tynemouth on Sunday. We've been up and down that coastal road hundreds of times, but it's normally dash in, dash out, no time to have a good look round, certainly no time to go down the seafront and so forth. Lovely. Really, really nice. Lovely people, lovely area, just really enjoyable. And we went up through Billsdale and through that way, which again, up through Stokesley. If you're from out the area, you've got to go from Helmsley to Stokesley on the Billsdale Road. Lots of bikes out and all going sensible. Yeah, all sensible.
Really?
Yeah, all going sensible. And it was nice to see a lot of bikes out at weekend. Yeah, lovely. So, lots of bikes. We worked that one out, haven't we? We better move on. Paul, you better come and show us some of the cars that we've got in.
We had?
Yeah.
It's grass cutting season. Look, don't miss it. Look, you can take the other half for a ride.
Here, yeah.
There you go.
Pillion passenger.
There you go. Yeah. Don't forget the boat.
Oh, I know, we've got a couple of boats. We always have a bit of oddball stuff, don't we? We used to have more at Thornton.
Oh, it's unsinkable, that one, look.
I know it takes the fun out of it, doesn't it, really? We used to have literally a complete mixed bag of all sorts down at Thornton.
You've got a thing for boats.
And I have.
Yeah.
I have. I've got a thing for boats, planes, Porsches. Not that I own a Porsche.
Fast swimming.
I know. There's something about boats. Whenever we go on holiday, Claire always manages to get some accommodation near a harbour or wherever it might be. I love boats. I don't like the idea of drowning, but I love boats. Yeah, I love boats. And to be fair, unsinkable, probably the safest boat in the world you're ever going to buy, because as it says on the tin here somewhere, unsinkable. You can't sink these.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're foam filled holes, so you can fill that full of water and it'll only just bob and stay so far.
Is that right?
Yep.
Oh, so if you've got a phobia you can't swim,
yeah,
it's the boat for you then?
It is the boat for you. Yeah, brilliant little thing. There she is, 4-stroke, I believe, Honda, certainly 4-horse, I think it's 4-stroke.
That's all you need to know, innit?
Honda, don't matter then, does it?
No.
End of. Little Honda on the back, little snipe trailer.
Hang on a minute, you're talking yourself into it.
It's only a couple of grand or thereabouts, I think. And I tell you what, you can't fall off, can you? Well, you can if you're stupid, like, but...
you can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
No.
Well, you can again if you're stupid.
Well,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Like so we say, so you can't fall off, you can't go wrong. You can't lose a lot of money. That's the next one. Yeah, you can't lose a lot of money on the boat because
It's not going to rot out, is it?
It's always going to be worth a couple of grand or so, isn't it? So,
brilliant.
Yeah. And there's another one in
before we
here.
move off,
yeah, hang on.
we've got a couple of Lanz Bulldogs back there.
Oh yeah.
Have you had anything to do with them?
Only, yeah, yes, but only when they came in, and I just thought they're so unusual. We'd better say yes.
Yeah.
So I did authorise them to come in.
Yeah, nice guy brought them down and showed me how to start them. I did have the foresight to take a video because otherwise I'll forget.
Yeah, but look at that.
That there, iconic, iconic.
It's like a lot of stuff in it. It's like a lot of women. It's that ugly. Like it's quite attractive.
It's yeah, brilliant. Hot bulb. You got to have a blow lamp in there to start it, and yeah, it's quite labour intensive. It seems. Start on the flywheel here by rocking the flywheel. Yeah.
You know, look at that.
But wonderful. Just yeah, engineering history. Brilliant, isn't it?
Well,
brilliant.
I just think it's just so unusual, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's not the sort of thing you want to go out in every day, is it?
No.
But
no, not really.
If you're a collector, you've got to have one.
At some point in your life, you have.
You have. Yeah, you've got to have one at some point.
Brilliant.
And then there's a slightly younger version over here, which is probably a little bit more user-friendly, I would suggest.
Not a lot in it, to be honest.
Is that right?
Well, yeah, it is user-friendly, yeah. You don't need a blow lamp with that one. You put a bit of petrol in and it ignites the petrol, and then it'll then ignite the diesel. So you got to start it on petrol, or use a bit of petrol to encourage it to start. Yeah.
Yeah. If that isn't one brilliant example of how we've come a long way.
I know.
I don't know what is.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This one has got electric start on here, but you don't use it.
Well, it takes the fun out of it, doesn't it?
Well, I suppose so. He'd rather trap his finger in that flywheel.
Yeah. Has he still got the hernia?
He was limping.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that's normally how you tell a Lanz Bulldog owner, don't you?
Limp.
Either a missing finger or a limp.
Yeah, or both.
Yeah. Or both, probably, if they've had a bit of bad luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, true enough.
Anyway, special things really, a bit, you know, small audience, but history.
Funny old thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Bit of off-roading, a big Land Rover if you fancy that.
Oh, we always have plenty of Land Rovers, don't we?
Look at the size of that.
Yeah, that's a big thing, isn't it? Gee whiz. Yeah, that's a fair machine, isn't it?
It's a good motor, that.
TDI?
No, 5.
Oh, TD5.
TD5 with Charlie's all over it. He's in love with it, he is. With obviously big lift kit, big this, big that, new everything. He says it drives real well, does Charlie?
Even with all that gear on?
I know, he said it drives really well. Yeah, but been done right, you see. Yeah, he does a few, the lad who's done it.
Does he?
Yeah, a bit of a pastime for him, something to do.
Oh, he might lift mine up. I've got a kit at home to lift mine up.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah.
Lots of little cheap convertibles as well, guys. I always say yes to little cheap convertibles, like the Audis or the BMWs or the Mazdas. There's a couple of nice BMWs up there, actually, either Z4s or 3 Series BMs. I just think they're good value for money. Now, when I just spoke earlier about, we went up to Tynemouth on Sunday, and we went in my little Audi TT convertible. Probably the cheapest car I've got, 1,500 quid's worth of Audi TT, and the most fun. Drives lovely, drives so well. And we went up there, wind through my hair.
Blew it off, look.
Yeah, I've lost it on the A19 now, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, blew me.
Full head of hair.
Blew me hair off. Yeah, blew me
full head last week.
Blew me bloody beard off and me hair off and everything on the A19. But yeah, it just shows you haven't got to put lots of money into a fun vehicle.
No.
So we do really well with the little Audis, we do well with the BMWs, we do well with the little Mazdas, Volkswagens, the Golfs and so forth. We do well with those. just great value for money, really. Electric
Elastic
Beetle.
trickery.
Don't know how it works. It's all magic, but it does.
But more importantly than a Beetle, the Citroen van got me. You not see the Citroen van?
Oh yeah.
You can keep your Beetle because that there is also electric.
Yeah, look at that.
Brilliant.
I was stood up there talking to the guys from Mathewsons the other day, and he went by silently.
Yeah, Mick went out in it,
I thought, oh, and look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different, isn't it?
Absolutely brilliant. It's put a lot of effort into obviously retaining the overall look and all the rest of it, but yeah, full electric. Great, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Mick went out in it, said it drives really, really well. Yeah. Put a steering rack on it and all the rest of it. I have no idea what all that's about, but yeah, it's a box off a heater, isn't it?
I was going to say it's a heat dispatcher heater box, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if it's got anything in it, but anyway, that's what it is.
So it's just that there, that battery
Nah,
thing?
there'll be some more underneath. What the motor is incorporated on the back axle.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Brilliant though, isn't it? Bit of patina. Isn't it great?
Stop and go.
Yeah. Disc
for
brakes,
advertising.
rack and pinion steering.
Yeah, great for advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's different, isn't it? Commercials, more Land Rovers. We always have lots of Land Rovers. We have lots of Defenders and 90s, 110s, lots of those. Again, more convertibles. Yeah.
V12.
Oh.
Yeah, Jaguar.
Oh, 12 in that.
Yes. Lovely.
They always do okay. We also have a lot of Cobra lookalikes. There's ever so many different companies, about half a dozen different companies that make them. But we always do okay. Yeah. They always...
They're good news, aren't they?
Yeah, they're sort of set around 20-ish. Something like that, depending on who's make them. I always forget the name. There's AK sports cars, isn't there?
Yeah.
And there's Pilgrim.
That's a Dax, that one.
Dax. And then what's the other one? There's one that actually always seems to do like 10 or 20% more. It's gone. We had a maroon one last year. I can't think. An unusual name. Yeah, unusual name. And then, fire engine. Rover P5, they're lovely. Get a nice one.
They are, we've got a couple of them.
Have you seen how good that camper is underneath that?
That what, sorry?
That camper.
No.
Underneath that is like fantastic.
Is it really?
Yeah, there was a guy here for 2 hours worrying about buying it yesterday.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, and I said, you're worrying about now? I said, look how nice it is.
Right.
Yeah, lovely.
Scared of it, was he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Worried to death.
Yeah.
And on the boat theme, we've got, if you want to go a little bit quicker.
Oh, yeah.
So the boat out there is obviously perfect for down on the river.
Plodder.
Whereas if you want to
impress the girls,
go a bit quicker, and you want, I think it's a Fletcher, isn't she? Yeah, she is.
Fletcher, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there you are. Do a bit
you
of
see,
skiing.
this is my idea of a boat. Yeah. So you're going to have one. You might as well have one, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm sort of
big
with
motor, big motor. And,
no, but then you're restricted to lakes and sea, aren't you?
I'm sure.
And with sea equals death.
Maybe, yeah. Well, I can't swim like a brick, so not for me. It's just a romantic thought. But
oh, it's lovely when you're out there. Yeah, when we're out,
bobbing about, thinking, "Oh my Lord."
We've hired them when we've been away, and we were over in the Caribbean. We won. It was lovely, and as long as you keep going, when you stop, you're like, that, oh gosh.
Well, is that right? When you're going, you're not so bad.
I mean, I'm seasick. Fine, keep going. As long as I drive as well. Yeah, as long as I drive and we keep going, we can't stop anywhere.
No, just got to keep going.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Oh, no, yeah. To your left was, and to your right is. Oh, yeah, you have to keep going because otherwise we stop. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, hang on.
Oh, but when you're going, you're not so bad.
Oh no, give it beans and you're away. Oh, yeah, lovely.
No, you can keep it.
So you just got to keep going. It's one of those things. It's like owning an expensive car. You can't get out of it. Yeah. You know, that's why these cheaper ones are more fun because you get in it and you've got to stay in it all Sunday, haven't you? Until you come back home because you're worried about someone marking it. So you have a lot more fun with a cheaper one, I can assure you. Promise you. You'll have a lot more fun with a price range anything than you will one of these top of the shop type things. Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Minis, we've cornered the market with
we've got loads
minis.
Minis
Are like E-types, 1, 2, 3. There'll be more up at mix. Minis are like E-types. E-types are probably fluctuate in value more than anything else, I would think, in our movement. Yeah, 1 minute they're 40, then they're 60, then they're 80, then they're back down to 50. They're like that. They really are. And minis are the same. They seem to go in and out of vogue on a monthly basis, honestly. 1 month they all go, they all sell. Next month you sell half of them. And then a couple of months later they all sell again. They really are all over the place. Yeah. And to be fair, and these Sierras, Cosworths, they're all over the place.
You must have seen that one coming through.
I didn't.
Oh.
I don't think I did.
18,000 miles.
But you can't go wrong with a little Justy, can you?
Lovely little car, isn't it?
Brilliant. Brilliant car.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant little car. Morris Minors, Vitesses, Heralds, again, convertibles. These are popular. You've got a back seat and you can get 4 of you in. Same as the Moggies. So they're 2 popular examples of open top touring. For that reason, you've got a couple of young kids, Bosch in the back. Sorted.
Yeah. Good selection of MGs as usual.
Do you know what? If I could choose any sub 20, sub 25,000 pound British sports car, MGA.
Got to be in it.
Definitely, MGA. And that looks a really nice one, doesn't it?
They're the best driving anyway.
You get a nice one of those guys. And I was going to say close your eyes and you think like you're in a Mazda MX-5, but don't close your eyes, otherwise you'll end up hitting something. But they drive, get one set up properly, they drive like a little modern sports car. They are lovely. They really are nice. And that looks an absolute Brahma, that, doesn't it?
It does, it looks a peach, doesn't it?
Straighten that wheel up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like my wheels straight. There you go. Yeah, that looks nice. Really nice. Yeah, I could live with that. You're in that a pretty car. Pretty car.
I think we've actually cornered the market in nice examples this time.
That's nice,
you know,
that? That's nice.
That's nice, that's nice, that's nice.
I know.
You know, there's
Another
a row
down
here.
there. Yeah, another A down there, another Moggy down there. Yeah, these have grown on me tremendously. We bought a very low mileage one about, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years ago. I haven't driven it much myself, but these have really grown on me, Morgans. I could live with one of these as well. I still would go MGA, I think, but it would be a tough one. It really would. I like these, and we do a few of these. They're great.
A good value.
Yeah, good value. Capris. Oh yeah, no, another couple of Capris. Oh, that's a nice Capri. You want to see underneath that? That's one of those Capris, that's one of those cars that you could turn upside down and sell better, because the underside underneath that, you've never seen it.
9,200 genuine miles, he says.
9,000 mile Capri. And I love the lasers because they're not fussy. You know, I don't mind the 3 litres and the 2.8s, but I like the lasers. There's something about them. They're just not fussy. They're just a nice car, that. And do you know what? I'd have a laser over a 2.8.
Would you really?
Yeah, would you?
Would you?
Yep. Either a 1.6 or a 2 litre. Yeah. Laser or equivalent.
They don't make the same noise though.
I know, but they're just...
There's something about that V6 and a Capri.
Yeah, I know, but no, I'd still
lovely.
like it. I like that Pinto lump. They're not Larry, are they? 2.8s are a bit Larry, aren't they?
I suppose so. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. Subarus, I think we've got 2 or 3 Imprezas kicking about this sale as well.
That looks a straight old car.
Yeah, that's a level old car. A few Cosworths kicking about. Again, a load more modern stuff out the side there. We can't keep everything inside. Obviously, a lot of stuff's got to go outside. So again, we done a little bit of filming with that yesterday. A £200 Mazda MX-5. I said, blimey, you know. £200. I'll tell you what I said last night on camera. Bit there fell off it. You can have that for free. £200.
Has it had some wheel arches?
I don't know if Rich done them. Was he down at Snowy's? I don't know. He might have done. We had a painter working for us, Rich and Jacko, and that looks like one. That looks like one of his jobs. To be fair, it does, doesn't it? That could easily be. Has he got his signature on it somewhere? Oh, a run. Yeah, that's what he normally does. Yeah, their signature run. But in all seriousness, 200 quid. You've only got to go out on it 10 times. It's your money, isn't it? 20 quid a time, 10
Job's
times.
done.
Job's in. Throw it away then.
You know who's trying to buy that, don't you?
I ain't got a clue.
Do you not? Kate needs a field car.
Oh, Oh, Kate's trying to buy it, is she? All right, well, there you are.
She needs a field car. She just broke her one.
Oh, well, if she's successful, she can ask Rich to finish off his wheel up, can't she, when she goes
She
back?
won't be bothered about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. New tattered pickup. Missed that, didn't you?
Well, I saw it,
100 miles.
How many?
100.
100?
What's writing on there? Yeah. 171 miles. There you go, brand fine new. There you
Diesel.
go. And already gone rusty. No. Just a few little superficial bits, look, just bits and pieces. But
Yeah.
171 miles.
Good
Now
girl.
then, eh? Yeah. Brilliant, isn't she?
I'm just trying to work out if that's a turbo or not. I think it is, isn't it? Yeah,
Yes,
it's a colour
turbo.
there.
Yeah.
100 mile.
171 miles. Lovely, isn't she? For a tatter.
It's different. Well, for condition-wise, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, got my finger stuck now, hang on. There you go. Yeah. Jeeps, we've got 2 or 3 Army Jeeps kicking around. Yep. 2 or 3 of these. Green ones are my favourite, obviously, rather than the RAF ones. Green one up at Mix. Yep, they're good. Saabs, I like those as well.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
good
I like a
usable car.
Saab. Yep.
A couple of Integrales this time.
Not Integral, is it?
Lancia.
It's not an Integrale, is it? It's just a whatever it might be. Delta, HF
Delta.
Turbo. Yeah, Integrale will be about here.
Oh,
Yeah, and it'll go a lot like that.
a bit, somewhat quicker.
Yeah. Yeah, but still nice. Yeah, martini colours. And I think from memory we've got 2 of these in.
We have got 2 of these, yeah.
Two of these Dino Reps, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't had much time around this one, but the one up at Michael's is a wow car.
It is, yeah.
A wow car.
Yes.
And talking of wow cars, behind Paul is again, I never
Yes.
thought, I'd done some filming with that yesterday. I didn't think I'd ever say it. If you'd have asked me this 5 years ago or told me this, I'd have said you're mad. But I really have grown into those.
You like that?
I love that. I think just because of it's just a work of art, isn't it? And the mechanical input behind it. I just think I sold on the blue, but that doesn't matter. You can change the blue. But I just think, what a fantastic piece of machinery.
It looks like it was built and has come off a film set for something.
Yeah, doesn't it? It just wants you it just makes you want to go home and I don't watch a lot of television, but it just makes you want to go home and put Downton Abbey on.
Exactly right.
Yeah. And just dream of when the world was a better place.
Yep. Arguably, I think it probably was.
Oh, without doubt, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The only downside to certain models, and I'm not up to speed with them enough, I'll have to do a little bit more homework and reading, is like that they're obviously designed for passenger comfort as opposed to driver comfort.
Yeah, you don't want to be the driver.
I know, but then
No.
as I said yesterday, I want to be the driver, don't I? We were all driving mad, so maybe it's not that bad. I did get in it yesterday. You could live with it, but it's not like luxurious as far as the driver's concerned.
No.
But I'm going to have to do a bit more homework because obviously there's other models out there and bodies that are a little bit more forgiving for the driver, and that's arguably the one you want. But I mean, like I would to do something like the Paris Peking in one of those. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, just fantastic.
It's a magnificent thing. Absolutely magnificent.
Just fantastic. Just not enough hours in the day to do all these things that I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely,
Not enough
innit?
hours. Not enough hours. Yeah, not enough hours. And there's a little bit to do with expensive as well, isn't it? Anyhow, Lancia
That's a
Beta.
real
We still got
straight car.
hours.
Pardon?
Still got hours.
I think so somewhere. I did say this in the video. I remember being a kid sat in the passenger seat. Yeah.
I haven't seen it though.
I think it's down Marishes, I think.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah, we've got one of these. Dad bought when I was, well, you'd have been really young.
Yeah,
because I was
silver
only
one.
about 14, 15.
I remember him painting it.
Painted it in Tudor green.
Was that the colour? I know it obviously went from silver to green. And why did you do that?
Because you had some leftover paint from the Aston.
Oh, that, yeah, okay.
And it was going to be my first car, but then it was so expensive to insure, I never did.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Yes.
somewhere we've got.
Then we sold it to Tony. Tony had
Oh
it
yeah,
for
we did sell
4
it,
or
didn't we?
5
Sold it
years,
and come back.
and then we bought it back off Tony.
That's right.
Yeah.
So somewhere we have got one.
Yeah. I'm sure we still got it.
Yeah, I think we have.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That's a real level straight car, that. For 100,000 miles, but you would never think it.
Oh,
Boy,
yeah.
that has been nurtured.
That is clean, isn't it, that?
We better have a look at Mick's.
Yeah, shall we have a wander up to Michael's, see what we've got going on up there? A mixed bag of predominantly modern bits outside, obviously, for the reasons self-explanatory, aren't they, really? Liner defenders, nice few defenders. That's a level old car, the BM. We touched on convertibles, didn't we, earlier on? Again, just goes to show you just don't need a huge amount of money.
You don't.
To have quite a fun car, in actual fact.
Yeah, that's right.
Saab convertible over there.
Yeah.
Little minis everywhere,
Capri.
more defenders. Yeah, nice Audi A3. Level old car. Caravan if you fancy a bit of touring.
Yeah.
Minivan, that's lovely, look at that.
Yeah, little truck.
Yeah. Everyone has a story about minivans or mini pickups. Everyone you speak to of an age. Anyone who is currently in their 60s/70s, if you walked in here now, will be able to tell you a story about a minivan or a mini pickup. They must have been everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And obviously our garage down at Thorntondale sold them new. So no doubt they were responsible for many of them in the area.
They would be, wouldn't they? Yeah.
I know there was a guy outside us when I was talking to who wants one of these, and I said, I'm sure I've walked past one. Yeah. And there you are.
Lovely, innit?
TC. Yeah.
You've
you've got to take into account that it's a marina, and it shouldn't really be here.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
All right, he wants to flatten the polish.
It does want a flatten a polish, yeah.
But yeah, I think it's great. Me and Mick had a quick wander around it, and yeah.
I love this British Leyland stuff. Allegros. I've got this thing about Allegros.
It must be almost the rarest car in this building.
Yeah. Yeah, probably is in all fairness, isn't it? Yeah.
It will be, won't it?
Yeah.
So anyway, there's that. Isn't there? Lovely
TC.
Healy.
Yeah, look at that.
There's the Maserati you were thinking of.
Oh, yeah, there's the other Maserati. Yeah.
They look a lot of car, them, don't they? Well, it's gonna tell you something.
Oh, it does.
That
It
is.
goes off in a minute.
Yeah.
They do look a lot of car.
Bit of fast
Wheels are
forward
lovely.
stuff.
Yeah, more fast forwards, couple of Porsche, Bentley. Yeah, we had 2 sales ago. Last sale, we had a really nice Suzuki SJ. The sale before that, we had a stunning Suzuki SJ, which went to Guernsey. I've got to go and see Guy. Looking forward to that. And now we've just had almost as nice.
I know.
Very, very
It's a good
similar.
Jeep, innit?
And I dropped a massive hint on the video. I said what it really wants. It wants to go next door to another stunning one. Yeah, so I did drop a big hint to Guy.
Yeah.
In Guernsey there.
That's
good value for money.
Yeah.
Yeah. M3s.
There's your other Ferrari you're on about.
Oh yeah, this is stunning. Yeah. Yeah, that is lovely. That. Absolutely lovely. Hence the covers on the steering wheel and the gear stick and everything else. That really is nice. Yeah, as nice a one as you'll ever get. Yeah, stick your camera in there. Yeah, look at that. Lancia running gear, just like we had a really nice one that featured on the TV program a year or so back. And yeah, look at that. So same engine as the Lancia Betas, the HPEs. No supercharger, I don't think, on this. Don't think so. HPE denoted the supercharger. So you had sorry, I'm lying. HPE was a non-supercharged. Volume X dictated a supercharge. Yeah, but look at that, it's lovely that, isn't it? In fact, as a guy walked in the other day and stopped, he went, blimey, you don't see many of them, do you? And he genuinely thought it was the real deal. The real deal, yeah. Can't go far wrong with an MGB. Oh, we've got two S2000s.
I know, the other one arrived and I thought, I've already done this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good fun. I've never owned one, but they tell me they're great. They rev like a motorbike and they just don't go wrong. VTEC system, obviously.
Brilliant.
And we've got two in. So, yeah, choice of two of those at the moment.
Very usable.
I know.
Wants the sill cutting out and the exhaust putting in
I know. I spoke
to rally one.
I spoke to Ronald when it came in, and I said, we don't buy out the sale. I said, but if there's one car, I said I would be tempted to try and buy. I said it's one of these in that colour.
Yeah.
In the Works colours, because the Works obviously had white hard tops and red. The Works had a little bubble, actual fact, where your head goes at times.
To take your helmet, I guess.
Yeah, but yes, that is. I must admit.
That's a lovely old car, that. I bet it drives lovely.
I never had the opportunity to drive it, but I said to him, have you got the exhaust and all that cut in the seal? He said, no, I haven't done that. But he's had it a long time, and there is something about that.
Yeah.
I know.
There was one at Epping Rally the other week. 83,000, yeah.
They drive like a TK Bedford, though.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I've never driven a nice one. No, drive horrible.
They look fantastic. I think they're the most prettiest car from the front there, like that. Very, very pretty.
They drive like a Fergie.
But yeah, I remember the first time I went out in one, we'd got one in down at Thorntondale to sell, and it was one weekend, and I pulled up and I was going to Whitby. And I stood there, ice blue over Old English white, whatever they are. And I thought, ooh. So I says to the old fellow, I said, oh, I might give that a run up to Whitby. Yeah, okay. And I went from Thorntondale to Fox and Rabbit pub, which is only about 3 or 4 miles, and thought, shall I turn around and go and get my other car? Yeah, because literally, and it wasn't the car, it was, they just drive really heavy. They drive like a truck. But I still love them. I still think they're great. I do, yeah. No, I'm going to keep an eye on that myself on sale day and see what it does. You never know. You never know.
Oh, there's your Integrale. Yeah,
I can see me in that. Yeah, I can see me in that. Period of car, pre-war, post-war car, fantastic value for money, brilliant. And again, I'm finding myself liking these more than ever. Yeah,
that's
good value
an
for
age
money.
thing.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're on about Integrale.
Yeah.
And I said about it being.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's your Integrale.
Yes.
Which I always wanted as a kid.
Now not so much.
No. Don't know why.
No.
Don't know why. But one thing I do really like in this shed is Wallace and Gromit.
Oh.
Yeah. Everyone loves a commercial. Yeah. Everyone loves a commercial vehicle, and look at that. She's lovely, and she's got a rear seat conversion as well, and I'm pretty sure it's the same colours as Wallace and Gromit. I'm sure it was that colour, but it wants Wallace and Gromit in, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? No. I said, we did a bit of filming with it, and I said, if we had a big enough foyer, I said, Paul, I think I've gone bleating balmy. I said, but if we had a big enough reception area, I would put it in the reception area with Wallace and Gromit and get a figure in it and all the rest of it, and it would be a fantastic talking point. But everyone loves a commercial, and the nice thing about it, shame for Starkey and Palmer, but the nice thing about it is they're vinyl.
Plastic.
So, yeah, so give it an hour and you can have, can't you, Sharon and Tracy on it or whatever, can't you, whatever you want, can't you? Sharon and Tracy, Floris, yeah.
That's it,
so,
job done.
There you go. Minis, I want to like minis, but I just can't.
Each to their own.
But I appreciate them for what they are.
Yeah, each to their own.
But just a little bit too small for me. But
You'd be better off with a Moggy.
Yeah, Moggy's a good value
sweetie.
for money. A Morris Minor and MGB are two, I would advise, if you're new to the movement and you're thinking about coming into the classic car movement and joining the club and getting involved and everything that goes with it.
Start with one of them.
I would strongly suggest you narrow your choices and searches and things down to a Morris Minor and MGB, really. Because
I said the same thing videoing that car the other day.
If you can't get on
with one of them.
Yeah, if you can't get on with a Morris Minor and MGB, they're a good dip your toe in the water. They're cheap to buy at the moment. They hold their value, so they're not going to go. They're not going to suddenly drop off a cliff value-wise. And they're amazingly user-friendly. There's a fantastic backup parts club should you need it, or parts suppliers, and the club on both. The MG Club, there's various ones, but the MG Club and the Morris Minor Club are two really welcoming, proactive clubs. So buy the car, join the club, and get out there. And then, if you want to then try something a little bit different, you can move on, can't you? Yeah. TR6.
Agreed, definitely.
Can't fall off the TR6. TR3, always wanted one of those.
Yeah, again, I quite like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good solid South African car, I think.
Dad still got his? Yeah, I think he has, hasn't he?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
His is an A, slightly different grille on the front, slightly different front end.
Yeah.
Primrose yellow E-type. Again, we touched on E-types when we were down in Unit 1. They're all over the place value-wise. Like everything else in this shed, they are dead sensible on the money at the moment. They really are. And we're bringing them in at dead sensible money. So good buy is an E-Type right now. Yeah, the market, what happened, giving you a history lesson, but the market, a little bit like the housing market, boom, 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 and then, you know, it goes like that, doesn't it? So it went, and COVID turbocharged prices for all the wrong reasons, many of which we can't even compute and work out. And then we came out of COVID, and it took about a year, 18 months for everything to settle back down again. So the back end of 2023, between October and December in 2023, just about everything in our movement dropped 20, 25%, fact. And it's leveled out there. I was concerned it was going to keep going, but it's leveled out. So now it just makes the majority of this stuff in this shed such good value for money. I feel sorry for the guys that bought on that high, but I can't do a lot about that. We certainly didn't guide them high during that period. We guide them sensibly, but they carried on going. But like anything, if you keep it long enough and keep it obviously in roadworthy condition and so forth, car-wise, then
there'll be another peak in due course, won't there?
Normally about every 10 years they come around. It's like a house, isn't it? You know, if you keep it long enough, you're never going to lose money, are you? Yeah, but at the moment, this last year or so has seen the industry probably, I would think, probably be, it's a bit of a strong statement, but I think value for money, I don't think the industry's been in a better place than it is right now, honestly. I think everything is really good value for money. It is. That's different, isn't it? Is it left hooker?
Yeah, left. Yeah. Drives lovely.
Does it?
Oh, I could live with that. Yeah, I've only been up the industrial estate, but I could actually live with that.
Really?
Yeah, you just feel at home in it. Absolutely, you wouldn't like it, it's left-hand drive, but the actual physical drive, ride, everything.
Really?
Honestly.
John Skoda's got one, and Jane, he was around in his the other day, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I thought it would be a great big no-ass thing. No,
doesn't feel it up the road. No.
Really?
Feels lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of them, really.
No, nor did I. I thought, I'll give it a spin, it'll be horrible. And no, just the opposite.
Really?
Yeah. No, I was real taken with it. Not the quickest thing in the world, but as I say, and he went up the street.
One of those things,
But
isn't it?
No, I was quite taken with it.
Michael's making a cameo appearance. There we are.
There you go. He keeps doing that. He just pops up. That Porsche is causing loads and loads of interest.
Must be cheap.
It is good value. Good value is the word. But limited history. Well, no history. And I don't know what it is with Porsche people, but they're obsessed with history, aren't they? Where's it been? Who's owned it? Who's sat in it? How many service stamps?
Yeah.
It hasn't got anything. It's had a load of owners, and it's just a budget 911. And they can't compute that.
I was just about to say, you will never, ever get that through to a Porsche buyer.
No, and I've had 3 or 4 or 5 people now on the phone like, has it got this, has it got that, has it got the other? No, it's a budget 911 that you're going to have to spend a few quid on, and you're never going to get that history. That's what it is. Oh, yeah.
No.
It's hard work.
They're not on their own, Porsche buyers. There's a few groups of them, but yeah.
That's a certain market.
They're buying, the inquiries that will generate will be as if they're buying a 911 turbo at 150 grand.
Yes.
I know
and they all think it's worth 50 grand, but they want to give 21 for it.
Yeah. And they all know it's good value for money, but what they're trying to do is like, do you think they'll be any paid?
I know.
It's just no. You know, you're not going to be able to buy it for 21 and then suddenly turn it into a 50 grand car when all the paperwork arrives.
It might, joking apart, because they seem to keep coming to me, but we might have to just put a footnote on the website there that there is no history with the car,
Yeah.
Because, I'm getting a bit fed up with it, really.
Yeah, well, I would be. I haven't had so many, but yeah.
So,
they answer they ask all the questions, and you think, hang on a minute, are we talking about the same car?
Exactly.
Yeah. We're talking about that
it's cheap, a budget old Porsche.
That cheap entry level 911, or are we talking about the £195,000 911 turbo? That's
They all think they're buying that.
Oh, and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, and beyond. Yeah, well, that's not a bad looking car. That. You see, I want to like them, but I just can't get into it. Oh, she's automatic.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Mark 1 Jag.
Clean.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Nice car.
Yeah, lovely.
Nice
another
car.
MGA.
Yeah.
Another MGA, another MGB. More minis.
Yes.
Oh, a load more MGs down here.
Oh, we've cornered the market, look.
Oh.
I know, I knew it.
Oh, she's lovely. Oh, she's lovely. Yeah. What
That's
a
been
lovely
cherished,
car.
hasn't it?
Oh, you just sit in it and you're straight the way back to 1978.
There you go.
Yeah, it is.
And comfier than your sofa.
Oh, she's lovely. Yeah, she's absolutely lovely. She really is. I don't think, again, we've made one or two. We're not a family of making crazy statements, but I've made one or two statements in this little video we've done. But my next one is, you're going to struggle to find a better car than that. You are at 244. You know, you're going to go a long way. It's going to
look at a lot.
It's going to cost you. It's going to take probably about a month out of your life. It's going to cost you 15 grand in diesel and a hernia and a ulcer and all the rest of it to try and find a better one.
Come and have a look at this one.
Just come along and buy that one.
Yeah. In fact, don't even bother coming because there's no need. It's lovely.
No need.
No.
I tell you what, if I took a phone call from any of our customers and friends and things the other end of the country and said, I'm thinking about popping up to look at the 244, I'd say, why is that?
Don't bother.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. That if there's one car that you could send out on a lorry, and you wait for the phone call from the guy just saying, "Oh, I'm over the moon with this." It's that. Yeah. Lovely.
Another MGA.
Oh yeah, another one here. God, they're everywhere. Yeah. Anyone, I think we've got a big
20,000
successful
mile.
auction house. Yeah. 20.
20, that one.
Yeah. Well, that's unusual.
Little Uno Turbo.
Wow, that is unusual.
Yeah.
We must have done well with the white one before.
We have.
That's why this one's landed then.
Yeah. Again, good, nice example. A couple of little bits and pieces required, but generally speaking, good little car that.
And that's got some history, that old car, you know,
has
around the rally scene. Yeah, it has, yeah. The lads that used to rally
V8.
it. Yeah, the lads that used to rally. I'm reliably informed that the lads that used to rally it and other things, I think Volvos as well as one point, were on the lean towards, I think, Eccentric, and would turn up in like shirt and ties and things to events. Yeah.
Oh, she's seen some action, hasn't she?
She's been busy. Yeah, she's been busy.
Someone liked welding, didn't they?
She's spooky. You get in
and
it,
a Rover V8,
and it sounds like it's going to kill you the minute you start it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Rover V8 at front, Jag back end, Jag box. Yeah, but it has actual fact, it's got quite a following and quite some history. But different, isn't it?
To be fair, I do wonder why, historically, you take an old engine that's got limited power and you spend a fortune creating power when there's an argument just to put something in that starts off with power.
Which is exactly why they put that in the first place.
Of course it is, yeah.
Yeah, because it was about a quarter the price of a BDA or a BDG and done the same job, really.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
But just a fun car. And like I say, it's got some history with
You get
it.
some looks burbling through the forest.
It's just,
absolutely.
it's ideal for just this and like them rally festival type things. Fantastic talking point. Oh,
Yeah.
we've got, I thought it was the same.
Yeah, I knew. I thought
yeah.
you'd think that, yeah.
Lotus and a TVR. It
Yeah.
shows you then, the same bloke must have penned them, mustn't he?
They weren't designed by the same fella, were they?
Well, I've got to say, the same bloke must have had an input, mustn't he? Yeah. Yeah.
Couple of tractors.
Yeah, always sell. Oh, a GT Turbo.
Yeah, little Renault.
Oh, wow. That's quite level, isn't it? Yeah, that's level old car, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's level, is that, isn't it? Yeah, another Peugeot, plenty of these, another E-Type. Yeah, bit of all sorts.
Yeah.
Bit of all sorts. Yeah, and a box.
Carpet kit for the Peugeot.
Carpet kit for that. Well, that's about it, guys. I think that sums it up. As usual, we've got a bit of something for everyone. We're very lucky to the point where we've got some real nice examples of various makes and models, which is nice when you can bring some proper cars to the market. That's always an enjoyable part of the job. So yeah, so we'll open up for viewing, and we'll see how it goes on the sale day.
That's about it.
Yeah, but the weather's out, sun's shining, everyone's in a good mood, so yeah, should be okay. We'll catch you next time.
Over and out.